Greetings, Sanbonani, Dumelanye, Absheni. Hello out there once again. It's your boy AK back again with another episode of the People's Podcast. We are still on that path of seeking practical solutions for practical societal issues that exist within our communities. And on this episode, I actually have a special guest. I'm actually being joined by Mr Moloko, but I'll actually give him the platform to introduce himself, let us know who he is, what he's doing, and I have a feeling that it's gonna be an interesting episode. But before we get to him, just a reminder for our new viewers to actually click that subscribe button down there, and you can also go check out our blog there. It's at realtalkwithakay.wordpress.com. That's where you can sign up for our weekly newsletters. That's where we unpack every issue that we cover on the podcast fully, because at the end of the day, we as the podcast don't get to share our views to the fullest, because at the end of the day, this is the people's platform, and when they are here, we are students, just as today we are gonna be students on this episode, So let me get back to my guest in studio, and Mr. Moloko, sir.
Yes.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Blessed.
How are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm good, man. Good.
Blessed.
So the platform is yours to introduce yourself to our viewers, just a short background of who you are, what you're doing, the projects that you're involved in the community, such vibes.
Okay, so first I would like to thank you, bro, for this opportunity, especially to speak about such issues that's going on in our society. And I go by the name of Moloko Tlou / Deputy Secretary / PR practitioner.
A man of many titles. But we're working.
I'm not vibrant.
I get it, because at the end of the day, we need to be on the ground, dealing with issues that actually affect us as a race, as a community. So on this episode, we'll actually be talking about the Gregorian calendar in terms of why we are not using our own African calendars, but we are forced to conform to these Western systems that have been put in place, to make us forget our roots, our heritage. It all goes back to the episode that I did with Miss Queen Black, the one that was talking about the influence that the Western has on African countries. So this is the other branch of the tree, So Mr. Moloko, sir,
Yes.
let me give you the platform, to actually educate us today. Because I'm also someone, when you were like, okay, I want us to cover this certain topic, I was quite intrigued, because I've never really paid attention to such stuff, such calendar, we live in. And then that got me to realize that if I'm also like this, it means there's a lot of us in society that don't understand where the originality of all these things, these tools that we are using today.
Yes.
So for someone that doesn't know what's a Gregorian calendar, how do you define it for someone?
Actually, let me just start by saying from the start. Let me start from the start. This thing started 1885, the Berlin Conference. So it was 13 countries and the United States. So they had a scramble for Africa. They sit and discussed the outcomes that they must take from us. You understand?
But we are not even there.
It's just like they determined our future while we were not there. So we started 1885. The introduction of the Gregorian calendar, it was from Pope Gregory the 8th. He was the one who made the amendments to this. Because if you can check the calendar that we are following, every 4 years it's a leap year. The 29th of February, 28th, if I'm not mistaken. He added that day to complete the cycle, the solar cycle.
And you gave him the authority to
You see what I'm saying? These guys, man, they are discussing just like here. How many we going to? They must follow this. But the issue, what about us? Didn't we have our own calendar before that? What practice will we follow? To come to a point, now we are following this calendar, celebrating holidays that we don't even have a clue why we are celebrating in the first place. Like, for example, let me just give you a brief about this thing. Let me put it this way. You see the calendar, the initiation of it in terms of the solar cycle, it's regarding science. Those people that determine, the solar cycle is, they believe it's 365.95 days. But the Pope Gregory the 8th added 0.0097 or 95, if I'm not mistaken, days. That's why we have and as we Africans, we need to ask ourselves, guys, man, why? Not always question everything. I didn't believe what people tell me. My ears were like my tongue. Whatever I hear, I taste it.
Yeah, you need to taste it.
Yeah, you need to taste it. You can't bow your head to the sound doctrine, because that's one thing that alters destiny. Sound doctrine. It's very important. So fast forward to now in South Africa, to be specific, we are still following the Gregorian calendar. Why has this changed since so long?
So what would you say, like, our own African calendar is? Do you by any chance know which calendar as Africans are we supposed to be using?
Yes. Let me take you back to the Berlin Conference, 1880, because that's the beginning. You can't understand something if you don't know the roots. You understand? So, to date it back then, man, it's so sad also to speak about such things, because it's so sad, just to tell you the truth. Because you find us, we are following stuff. It's so sad. Like I said, the Berlin Conference, they discussed, it was a discussion about our future. What you gonna wear, what you gonna eat, what you gonna read, what you gonna see on screen. You see? So when they came this side, there were only 2 countries in Africa they didn't colonize. It's Ethiopia and Liberia. Do you know the Ethiopian calendar?
Yeah, they're still in 2014.
Yeah, they are 8 years or 7 years behind. Why? Why in Africa would you find a country that's 8 years behind us?
How come?
How come? They were not colonized by those colonies. 1885. They fought for what they believe in, Ethiopians and Liberia. You understand? They fought, that's why even today they still have their own roots. What are bona ba re file setlhare se so go itse ke ntlamile re se a re itse le gore re ka di fruits tsa eng, but we are still planting. Even our government is failing us. After the post-1994 government, why don't they change the calendar if we are free? Is it a better life that they promised us? But we are still, basic thing, a calendar. You see, I'm not speaking about calendar. Sure. That's a program.
Yeah.
It's a program. Every day was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Now,
it brings the question of, like, does time really exist? Because we are living in times where, like, we are doing things in a rush for everything is going so fast. It's a fast. 2023. And then countries like Ethiopia, they are 8 years behind you. And right now you're busy saying time is moving fast because you see the years aging.
And I wanna, if like I'll be 16 or 17
I
years.
think both of us.
Yeah, 16 or 17 years. That difference. Now for South Africa, that 8 or 7 years, but the important thing that we need to look at, why should we follow that thing? It's because of propaganda.
So how do we go back to our own? But before you actually answer that, I just want to know, like, how has following this calendar impacted us, as Africans, as a race, Because at the end of the day, there's positive and negative, of something. So like, how would you say, like, following this calendar has impacted us as a race?
Amen. It has impacted us negative and consciousness also. Because our conscious is not aligned with the cosmos. As Africanism, we must be one with the sky, with the ground, with the sun. You understand? That's the way we need to start if ever we need to change. But we need to know, just like for now, in September, 21 September, from 21 September to 23, it should be our new year. Why? Because if you could check the air, everything becomes new. September. What
everything is blossom.
Everything is blossom. It's becoming new. New beginnings. But it's a new year.
It's December.
Consciously, we are lost. That's why I wanna know. We don't know what's going on. Because conscious, we are not woke. We are not woke conscious. That's the problem. You see, it has impacted us negative. So sad. So sad.
So like, how do we go back to being our own? How do we go back? How do we fix this thing?
How? We would start as an individual or an ourselves. You need now. I prefer in solidarity. That's where I believe that change comes. People who changed the world, they were solitude. That's where you become one with yourself, and you understand your environment, and you understand people. You yourself, you need to question why value this thing. So in order for you to change, you need to be aware. Aware, conscious. Why we celebrate Easter? Is it a must value or value? No, I need to find out. But must we celebrate the 25? Is it really the birth of Christ?
I have a friend who doesn't
even me, man.
All these holidays things, you'll be there like, I'm wishing you a Merry Christmas. I'm not there, my friend. I forget me. And like, now it makes me want such. Because sometimes I get like, we don't talk about such things. We don't educate each other about such things. And and I actually think it's a matter of belief systems. So just as I said during our opening. During my opening statement, that we'll also touch on like the influences of the Western in our country as a whole, because at the end of the day, this is a Western influence. So like, how would you say the Western countries have influenced African countries? How has that affected us as Africans? Coming to African shores, starting to need our resources, how has that affected us in today's current time?
Actually, Jan van Riebeeck, you should search William Lynch.
Yeah. You're the second person telling me about this. There's William because the episode Black Tags.
Yeah.
They also touched on William Lynch.
Yeah.
That's the guy who introduced lynching and
yeah. Colonization. He came no matter for Africa to execute those mandate for those people.
True.
Yeah. William Lynch. I can't find the way go back. But I never cleared before.
Sure.
Although we need to go to school. So, or how it has affected us. Amen. We have lost our roots. The culture that we are living now. How do you know what about issue about him? Imagine I can't deny it, man. Yeah, and you can't say it's a demon. You are a demon because born a young demon. Which of we no demon? Hey, it takes a demon to see a demon.
That's true.
You see? Hey. So we are affected too much. We have lost our cultural practice. Yeah, we are good. But now they changed everything. They introduced a system it would benefit them in the long run because we will not be woke to see what's going on.
It's mental slavery.
Hey, mental slavery. And we only the techniques of propaganda or pointing the enemy. Those are the techniques of propaganda. And that's what we see now. And even if Logo Nagona in the political world, there's still propaganda.
Yeah, that's true.
In churches, there's still propaganda. So it has impacted negative. Because you can see generation by generation, yeah, down there, we have that urge to follow their culture, let's just say, okay, Gabona African spirituality, but you say to somehow, yeah, your own culture. Then nowadays, just like for example, now baby you was baby, or some people think, hey, well, now what, nothing to put your they think I will not king when no man, I will not yeah. Hey, when in Ganja, guys, it is my cultural practice that I must do. I'm following the footsteps of my forefathers and their forefathers and those who have been there before them. That's the only way, if ever we need to say it. Because now, we used to be guided by the cosmos before everything. We guided by the stars. There is the stars did show. This is what's gonna happen. Just like Governor before September, the stars did not. Then the sun reflection. It's in the earth equator. So you're gonna equinox. So means equal day, equal night.
Sure.
That divides the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. Only in the southern hemisphere, we can't follow what's going on in the northern hemisphere. We have our own things that we later. So we can say later, we're now later and then it doesn't make sense. How can I follow it now, but now in a different zone?
Yeah.
It can. Because how can Sheva happen as equinox equal? And during September, it's hot. This is the time to plow for us Africans. For the boom. You understand? If we understand what's going on in the cosmos, we won't be wrong, we won't be lied by the lies that these people are telling us. We don't need to wear varsity to emanate. You can read the stars. You can see the enemy go. It's so sad.
It's one of the reasons where DJs who started making television were like, it's going crazy.
Hey, even speaking of that, we had a discussion that was funny.
Sure.
Yeah, but you go there, Luna, just because this guy appeared, you don't know. You can't say that man, hey, again, stop labeling bad. That's stereotyping. You've lost it. But if you understand and went the extra mile to understand what's going on, not saying but just to understand it, then you have a clarity in certain things. Some people that can't go to some doctrine. Hey, no, say to you, I saw the thing go Twitter post. No, guys, it's not the but people because they don't understand. And I want to make they call me shame because I'm not sure. Am I wrong for this?
And when you look at majority of people who are like spiritual, highly spiritual individuals, their hair is usually spiritual. It's one of the reasons we see some of my dreadlocks in the So I get it's a bad idea at the end of the day, but I think it's because of how we've been programmed. It all goes back to the point we were making earlier about the program. We have been programmed to look at our traditions, as something that's not normal. It's satanic. We are sacrificing. So like when we are still on that, I would also like us to look at how the media has played a role in this whole thing, in terms of influencing us as Africans, to forget about our roots.
I'm waiting to tell you the truth. In more than 4 to 5 years session. Welcome
to my work.
I don't like media, man. They lie. Because what we live in today is what we see on the screen. It's a part of the program. That's why Ukabona today, Baba Daddy, as long as it's black on black, why is it white on white? Just for boosted this state, it's and by place or it's gang related. It's black on black. Why isn't there white on white? Why isn't there a black wedding? Always a white. White is resemble as something that is godly, angelic, but bad, black is bad. Why? And we are not black, we are brown. And they are not white, they are pinkish and you see. But still, I want to have a system. It's system, man. It's system. I want to hear media. Media among the lines. How do this a shame? What is soaping and egg in the heart? I got to
you find us listening to podcasts. If it's not podcast, maybe it's because like at the end of the day, these things do program us to be somehow, in terms of mental. That's why our number that we are okay with working 9 to 5, because that's what they say. Watch generation is it's work. No one is saying I'm gonna create my own thing. So like, let's get back to the main point, the main topic. Like, what to, for someone like me, not like I grew up thinking, okay, there's one calendar, I was not even aware until you actually mentioned it during when we were talking about WhatsApp in preparation for this episode. Then I went to Google when I was busy, preparing. So when I got there, I saw, I want to need calendars by. So like for someone like me right now who's watching there, like, what would you say, like, how many type of calendars are out there? What's their names? Because I didn't say, like you said, like I once saw it trending on Twitter, but I was not aware of what it's all about.
in Africa we have the African water calendar. Yeah. Regarding the solar system. Nature. Nature gave us the resources we need. We didn't need those people. We had nature. That's why we believe nature for the locality. Only the Gregorian calendar, the African water calendar, the Ethiopian calendar, the Liberian, everybody. There's so many. There's so many. But it all comes to the point of which one are you going to follow? Yeah.
So, let's get into also this one here, African calendar. But how does it go again? Because at the end of the day, this is a learning platform, and we are here to learn in general. At the end of the day, we are all learners,
Because people like that, the solar cycle, the equinox, the refraction of the atmospheres, because differ. Maybe go when in this place or experience a cycle this way, and then we note this way. Now maybe go then why according to my view.
So meaning I can also come up with the calendar.
Oh, you can also come up with the calendar, and then people will follow.
It's all about the influence.
It's all about influence.
But
if when you are true to your being, and you are really that enlightenment, and you are woke, you are conscious about your environment, your society, everything that's going on, you question stuff, that's where you will be able to understand, no, these things are not going to be. Why is there so many countries? Why is there so many institutions? Why did there so many things? It's already coming. The different fella the cycle, the refraction. Because 0.00 plus or minus, there is difference. Not much, but there's 365.
So, when aware that there's like a lot of different calendars out there, which one do you prefer using in most cases? The one how we share, or this one I can relate to it. This is the one I prefer.
Now, I personally, like now, actually, last year, I celebrated 25. The holiday is also
sure.
Now mine was 23 September. Yeah. No. I was celebrating my name. I want to buy Easter. That's not the Easter. It's time for reaping. It's time for harvesting. That's the things we need to understand. The cosmos, then not good to be to a point where I had to see why man. December always to what hey, I ain't changing. No can understand through my research what's happening. Okay, why Ethiopians are celebrating that 25? I begin to understand, okay, that means they are achieving what? The solar cycle, the atmospheric refractions. We must be in alignment, correct alignment with the cosmos. That's where you will see positivity in your life. I want to in South Africa, because consciously you are not in alignment with the cosmos. Because they know.
How do we get back on track like that? Because at the end of the day, we need to have a solution. From your own perspective, how do you like? How should we? What do you think can be done or applied to help us get back on track to where we are supposed to be going? Because I also feel like this is also like one of the main contributing factors to like some of the issues that we have, some mental health thing, because we don't really know ourselves originally who we are, because of how we are, how can share, you know. I took a concept from maybe China, it's like America, and that personality guy, and then I was like, this is that's usually the case for our people.
How in solidarity, you will find yourself. How needing enough of you don't need a pastor, you don't need a teacher, whoever. No. You need a winner, and whatever belief you have. If Kubadimu, yeah, that's your belief that is salvation now. But you need to work your own salvation. I can work with you, but I can't work it for you.
I can just work with you.
Hey, and come to since Otoza, you try to revive out for but yeah, can if ever we need to change this, there should be institutions about that teach this thing. The educational system, it's downgrading us. How go ngwana go China, where's a toy, ngwana go South Africa, like a toy. My man.
And they start them young, you know. It's another story. Well, I know what I'll be the university for the
25. Oh, so like 30 years. Oh no, spiritually, consciously, you are backward. You can go if ever there's a recession, then what do you do? How did you get it? Or do I think government? Yeah, government. When you get it, Camille Otale Kawena who gets it as I made a research and I chose to follow based on my belief. I was a science student, so I did science, so through understanding not saying I would know everything, but still a student, I'm still doing research. And the more I get, the more I want to go deep.
The more you want to
because I'm interested. Oh no, man. I will tell you last year, I didn't celebrate. And it felt good, man. Like, honest.
No social pressure, no nothing.
People were drinking. Now you blow me to go need like what halal music.
Sure.
Hey, I tell man.
That's the way of life. Yeah, so let's just take a quick break, you know, and then we'll come back after this short break. But apart from that, you can join in on the conversation. As you can see, you know, we are still learning, you know, we are learning about stuff that we didn't even know for it. But the calendar I saw outside there, you know, like, for me, like, you know, okay, I think it was last year on Twitter, you know, talking about like, okay, the Ethiopian calendar. But you know, it was never really something that I followed, you know, like, okay, let me start doing research, you know. But you know, at least after this episode, you know, I'm gonna sit down and literally do research on this entire calendar. Because you know, it's quite intriguing, you know, because you know, we are living in times where everyone is always like, yo, I need to do this before this because yo, time is moving, time is not on my side, you know, I'm getting old.
Society thinks.
And also now raises the question of what age, you see, age. But it's something that we'll actually talk about after our short break. But apart from that, don't forget to go and check out our exclusive community of practical problem solvers. You know, it's a community where like different people from different parts of life are coming together to find practical solutions for some of the topics that we are talking about on the podcast on the daily basis without the political affiliations. So you can just visit our patreon.com/realtalkwithakay.com, you know. That's where you'll find even the podcast merchandise, you know, discounts on events. And while still talking about events, don't forget that on the 27th of November, the second session of Unspoken Words, you know, is actually happening. You know, we're still doing this thing. You saw that the first session was packed, it was late. So on the second session, it's still the same thing. And we have also even added a new genre, you know, there's also gonna be soul trap artists doing their thing there. So, you know, it's gonna be a Sunday that you don't want to miss out on, you know. But apart from that, we'll be back after this quick short break. Don't forget to click that subscribe button there.
Don't forget to click
So then, and we are back again, guys, from our short break. That was a quick one. So we are still talking about the Gregorian calendar in terms of why are we not using our own African calendars, following our own African methods, tradition, and we also looked at how like the Western has had influence on us, throughout the years, as history has shown us. But before we actually jump back to our topic, just a reminder for our viewers to go and check out and also sign up for our weekly newsletter and follow our blog, for updates on the podcast. It's still at Real Talk With AKAY.wordpress.com. That's why you can sign up for our newsletter, whereby I sit down, and share what's on my mind, with all these topics that are happening. So the weekly newsletter drops every Monday, on a weekly basis. So you should actually just go and check it out there. You'll find something interesting. And that's where you can also apply to be a guest on the show, because we actually have a guest booking form. So you can just go visit the website to apply for the show if you feel like AK is taking a long time to send out that invitation. But apart from that, let's dive in back to our episode. So, Mr. Moloko, sir.
Yes.
As we're still talking, about the Gregorian calendar. So now, let's transition to this issue of the public holiday. As Africans, which public holidays are we supposed to be celebrating? Because, like you said, that all these holidays that are in the Gregorian calendar, they are not ours.
They are not in alignment.
Yeah.
Now, the equinox.
Yeah.
Like in the southern hemisphere, we have the vernal equinox.
Yeah. Sure.
So the vernal equinox during September, I've already explained about what's going on. October is the time for flowering. Then December, then January, February, harvesting. Conscious. December batho ke nako ya go jala dipula di peo ele o itshwereng yo tswa kae,
and we are not planting.
So regarding that, in the southern hemisphere we have the vernal equinox. There are two holidays. Ke March 21, the 21 to 22, and September. Then we have June. That's where we are. We're checking the atmospheric fraction. Ka December, wine, the city for germination and that
That's why plants are also scattering seeds.
You must scatter your seed. Then how come March? March or not Easter. Why?
Rebartletse and one ya bole mo
Mojiša bone ke re na metsi di phako monere ya di But it's so sad, man. Because March, we need to harvest what we planted. So you as an individual, you need to ask yourself, during that season, what am I harvesting? Not physically only, but also spiritually conscious.
Exactly. As you're talking, I'm busy thinking of it, we are talking about nature, and at the end of the day, we are also part of nature. So it means we should be applying all of these things,
So if ever, now we could align ourselves with the March equinox and the September equinox, then I'm telling you, it's great miracles. If we could align ourselves with the cosmos, we are one with nature. But now, how whatever it seems like, it's something separate. That's why they say the sky is the limit. That's what they told the father. sorry to say.
Yeah, no, it's a free platform. Feel free. If a person is a fool, he's a fool.
I know, but that's what they told a fucking fool. The sky is the limit. The sky is not the limit. You should aim for the stars and moon. But on our limitation, it's here. Yeah, we go in. Our imagination can't go beyond what they've already given us. That's why if ever someone may be trying to implement something new, man, they're gonna crucify you.
Yeah, they criticize.
They're gonna crucify you like Jesus Christ on the cross.
I feel like it all goes back to what we're talking about, how we have been programmed. Because at the end of the day, how we're living at the moment,
yes,
it's more of a pattern.
Yeah.
So as soon as I go back, society is bound to label me as someone who's crazy.
Yeah.
They
will stereotype.
Yeah.
Oh,
but I know, it's crazy. And sometimes it's just a matter of perception, what you say for it. This is a pattern how we live. Let me just try to step out of this pattern. So we've been touching on a term, and I think maybe even some of our viewers, they've been asking themselves, equinox.
Oh, equinox. Equal, nox, day, night. Equal day and night. Kifo,
yeah.
That means it directly straight, my man. Yeah, equal.
Yeah.
It's equal, that's why we call it equal.
So how does it work, the entire concept? Because someone is sitting there right now asking themselves, okay, equinox, equal, how does it affect the entire planet, and our seasons in general?
Earth, and then we have the axis. Kanako ya equinox, the sun hits directly. So it means it's equal. Let's now, even time. Time ya go letsatsi, the time ya go the fifi. Ya leka, ya equal. There's no way I experience it.
It was the same thing.
It's but equinox, everything is equal. Not that's all. But if you get the radiation from the sun, it hits directly to the axis of the earth. So it's split into both equal halves.
On this episode, I think we have learned a lot, And from where I'm sitting, I know I'm still going to do a lot of research, regarding this topic, because I still have to go back, write a newsletter, and then, publish it based on the research. So I think on my side, for the episode, because time is no longer on our side too. Yeah, I'm fully satisfied. So I think let me just give you the platform, to present on the topic, so that you can be able to cover maybe some of the topics that you feel like maybe I didn't ask this question, I was supposed to ask you about this. So now this is the part where you present the topic, how you had envisioned to actually present it, when you came here, without me interfering. I'll just ask questions there and then, So the platform is yours,
So it's allowed to start everything. Let's start it from the sun. Yeah. Halitsatsi le tlhaga. That's why we read it atmospheric refraction. If you love early in the morning, to 5 4 and watch the atmospheric refraction.
I'm always up, it's literally the sky turns blue. like from dark to blue, with me just being maybe outside, just watching it's too bad. So good.
There's an atmospheric refraction before the actual sun comes.
Yeah.
So we're not over refraction like that. Orange, orange, get the refraction of the So in the southern hemisphere, actually, let me say Africa. Yeah. That's why renal star sign is a Leo. Ha atmosphere itla. Ihita star sign Leo. What Tau. Then Hasilia Tau, Honale the Banabate. Tau, you know, is the king of the jungle, the king of the universe. It is the sun. Banabate, Corona, Nene, Botswana, Egypt, and Zimbabwe. Why Egypt? Pili? It was a powerhouse of Africa. It was because they were in line with the cosmos. That's why they became a formidable force, even the Western countries. Now, where that booty found, those centuries, they were formidable because they were aligned with the cosmos. Then, that atmosphere, each 15 it has come to the south. September, later towards the south. So we need to use that energy. We need to be in one with that energy, because that energy is the energy of the king of the universe. Pella South Africa is the breadbasket of Africa. We need to utilize that. We are the foods that they need. Currently, because the southern no energy. Everyone is moving south. Why? But for South Africa.
In general, as human beings, it's supposed to be like animals. Migration, but now we are stuck in the same place.
Because what you how can Sheba a nana go to Boma High, which the cover to be over? How can Sheba? Yeah, I think
the cow,
Hello Game Changers and Dreamers Boards. My name is Amukelani Baloi. I am a 29-year-old chef and also the founder of Mungi's Munchies Pty Ltd. Mungi's Munchies is a local burger joint that was founded in Kagiso in 2018. Mungi's Munchies serves nothing but the best and everyday fresh cheeseburgers with our sauces and our 100% beef patty being our signature product. Hence, we were honored with the nomination of the best product or service under the business and entrepreneurship category. Mungi's Munchies is a burger joint with no limits. So don't be shocked if one day you find Mungi's Munchies catering and serving burgers at a wedding. So on that note, Mungi's Munchies caters for birthday parties, kiddies' birthday parties to be specific. We do hikes, we do corporate lunches, we do business meetings, and many more. If you want delicious burgers delivered to your place, you can give us a holler. Moogie's Munchies has been trying to build a good customer base and a good relationship with the community of Kagiso. We made fresh burgers and fries accessible for the people of Kagiso, and it's convenient for them to solve their burger cravings just in the hood, you know. So we try to build a relationship with our customers, we interact with our customers, we want to know our customers better and what their preferences are, you know. And so we are active, we are very active on our socials, and we also empower our youth. We try to motivate our youth in doing good. We celebrate our youth whenever we spot something good or someone doing something good. We always try to put them in the spotlight and give them the recognition that they deserve, and we celebrate with them, we post about them, we tell people about them. Moogie's Munchies has shown so much growth in the past 4 years, to the point that we were able to create jobs and hire a few staff members. And Moogie's Munchies hopes and dreams. We hope Moogie's Munchies reaches greater heights, and we are able to penetrate the corporate market, and we get to corporate spaces like the malls. We even get to dominate the southern region as a proudly South African local burger brand. Thank you so much, Game Changers and Dreamers Awards. Catch us on our socials. On Facebook, we are Moogie's Munchies. On Instagram, we are Moogie_Munchies.